But he never wrote no lyrics for Fun Game. You feel me? Trenches News just be talking, man. Don't know him. That nigga act like he know me. Don't know me at all personally, blood. Never, another nigga that never been around me. You feel me? Some shit he be saying be facts though.
Why did THF Zoo call you out and call you a clout chaser? How'd you feel when that happened?
I ain't feel no type of way. Cause
what's going on, Trenches News? Are you a character witness in this case coming up?
Nah, I ain't gotta be no witness none of that shit. Like I ain't.
All right. So you're admitting that whatever's said about one is you.
Yeah.
Trenches News YouTube channel. This is what I believe he's going to be providing to this investigation. They're calling him an informant, but I don't think he has any information that would be so detrimental. I don't think he has any information that would be like, oh, so-and-so told me that he killed so-and-so. No. Or so-and-so told me that he bought the car that drove to whatever to kill FBG. I don't think that's what it is.
Ayo squad, what's the drill? Back with another video, man. Well, look what we have here. A blogger focused on the inner workings of the Chicago drill rap scene has been paid nearly $25,000 to cooperate with them Alphabet Boys in regards to the untimely demise of FBG Duck, an agent told jurors last week. Martell Wiley, also known as Trenches News on YouTube, has hit the stand last week at the trial of the 6 men charged in the brazen attack in the Gold Coast on August 4th, 2020. There's been widespread speculation in the rap blogosphere that Wiley had been a rat. These speculations turned out to be correct. Bro was even identified in the court records as Cooperator 1.
All right. So you're admitting that whatever's said about one is you.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a nickname, huh, man? So how did this happen? How long has dude been ratting? And what effect will all of this have on the case? We gonna find out. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. Prosecutor said that Trenches News provided information about the O Block faction of the Black Disciples that's believed to be at the center of the body and racketeering case. During an interview days before the trial began last month, Bruh dispelled what he described as rumors while sidestepping a question about whether he had paid to cooperate with law enforcement.
I was talking to Butter online, playing with Butter like, yeah, ooh, me and Butter was playing and we was talking. He got on my page and I was like, Butter, man, be a civilian, woo. Them, like that. And I ended up getting grabbed though by them. And I said that and then everybody just, ran with it and, it made multiple stories, make stories every day, dragging on.
Within days, he changed his tune in a bizarre video posted to his YouTube channel, wearing his signature face mask in an empty courtroom that he said was inside the Dirksen federal courthouse. Wiley admitted that he was testifying in what he described as the trial of the century. Slimy type vibes right there, man. They subpoenaed me to court. I've gotta come here, man, and tell them, man, it ain't no more discrepancies. I'm here. Long live Carlton, he said in the video, referring to Duck, whose real name is Carlton Weekly. FBI agent, special agent in fact, Kevin Doyle testified Monday that Wiley called the Chicago Police Department a day after the shooting and offered to help with the investigation. Doyle said Wiley was paid $24,963 over roughly 15 installments for his FBI cooperation, which began in April 2021. He would provide background information. He reviewed surveillance footage and reviewed social media postings, Doyle said, noting that Wiley was dropped as an informant for a time when he grew unresponsive. Prior to Doyle's testimony, one of the roughly dozen defense attorneys in the case noted that Trenches News had been used twice as an informant more than a decade ago, calling for more information and details about payments. During that time, prosecutors say he lived at Parkway Gardens, a sprawling Southside apartment complex that's also known as O Block, and the police say is the gang faction's power base. Rap lyrics stoked O Block's years-long gang war with Tukaville, the faction of the Gangsta Disciples, who Duck claimed affiliation to according to prosecutors. They have described Trenches as a member of the Black Disciples' Newtown faction, though Doyle acknowledged he laid around with Duck's crew and the Gangsta Disciples. Asked whether he was concerned that Trenches may be a little biased based on his connection to Duck, Doyle simply said yes. As the trial is played out, Wiley has posted multiple updates about the case and some of the people involved. Meanwhile, his testimony has remained a hot-button issue. On October 10th, the first day of jury selection, defense attorneys moved to block Trenches from testifying after he made a YouTube video that contradicted his grand jury testimony, according to the Chicago Tribune. Wiley testified that he recognized most of the defendants from surveillance footage, but then claimed publicly that he couldn't identify the gunman. Over the course of nearly 2,000 YouTube videos, Martell Wiley has always covered his face to discuss the often violent intersection of Chicago's gang and rap cultures. But Wiley ditched his signature mask Thursday and took the stand in the federal trial surrounding the brazen assassination of rapper FBG Duck. In doing so, he revealed himself as a long-time government informant who's been paid handsomely for his cooperation. Speaking in quick bursts, Wiley cursed, cracked jokes, and discussed his close connections to both Duck and the defendants, some of whom he identified in surveillance footage. His tone and tenor closely resembled the videos he posted to his popular Trenches News YouTube channel, which he has repeatedly used to discuss the case. I'm Michael Jordan on YouTube, Wiley boasted about the channel, which has about 114 subscribers. As my old heads would say, dude is smelling himself, for sure. He's well aware that this is his 5 minutes of fame and he's going all out. If you think about it, he kinda has no choice because after this situation, it's a wrap for your boy in more ways than one. During his testimony, he acknowledged that he's reached out to law enforcement and offered to help shortly after FBG was taken out. He noted that he was close friends with Duck's slain brother and described Duck as one of the coolest, smoothest dudes. And that's why I'm here today for him, said Wiley, who greeted Duck's mother as he left the courtroom. Wiley's perspective on Duck's demise is unique as he's been affiliated with both gang factions at the heart of the case. On trial are 6 members and associates of the O Block set of the Black Disciples: Marcus Smart, 24, Christopher Thomas, 24, Kenneth Robertson, 30, Charles Liggins, 32, Carlos Alford, 32, and Ralph Turpin, 34, anchored to the Parkway Gardens housing complex at 64th Street and King Drive. O Block has been locked in a bitter, years-long war with Duck's Tuckerville faction of the Gangsta Disciples. Wiley told jurors he joined another Black Disciples faction when he was 15 and later moved to O Block. He said he eventually shifted to the other side in 2010 when he had a falling out with a member of O Block and was shot. As he reflected on his time on the street, Wiley insisted he's no longer active and now uses his online platform to bash gang members and encourage kids to avoid the same path of violence and incarceration he had taken. At one point, he told jurors he trying to help the city be a better place. Ain't no money in the streets now. They're broke. Starving gangbangers, he said. They need to get on YouTube. I mean, ain't this kind of the problem? But anyways, I digress. Despite those comments, Wiley spoke fondly about the first shooting he carried out, calling it a rush, while noting that a gang rival had been struck 17 times. At the same time, the convicted felon downplayed his long criminal record and outstanding warrants stemming from a pending case in Minnesota. Meanwhile, defense attorneys pressed the government for information about Wiley's prior cooperation with the Bureau, which goes back more than a decade. On Thursday, the lawyers successfully argued for more time to review FBI documents that were recently disclosed, including notes of interviews. They are expected to begin cross-examining Wiley on Monday when the trial resumes. At the end of Thursday's questioning, Judge Martha Picold told him that he technically remained on the stand until then and shouldn't discuss the case in the meantime. I won't go on YouTube, he said with a smirk, I promise. Wow, yo, that's all I can say, y'all. It's an evil world we living in, man. It's hard to tell what's real anymore. One thing for sure, the streets have now been 100% compromised, and you better off applying your street smarts and hustle in a clean and legal way. It's damn near the only choice at this point, and that's a fact. Your boy Trenches News sold the farm on O Block and believes he is standing on business for the community and trying to make it a safer place. On the surface level, this seems like a truly noble cause, but the energy around this whole situation is real slimy, so it's hard to really pinpoint what Trench's motives are. Usually the feds get people to cooperate due to some type of leverage and blackmail they might have towards the person. In that case, it's hard to say that the motives are truly selfless. Besides the shocking reality of a real live YouTube channel being an open informant, the reality of the O-Blockians has become even darker after all of this information has been put out too. The feds played a major chess move, and it's going to be difficult for those charged in this case to get out of this unscathed. It's up and it's stuck at this point. We're going to keep y'all updated on this whole situation as details get released and the trial moves on, so stay tuned. Until then, stay smart, stay alert, and stay real. I'm out, y'all.